From a special story of father and son heroes of the Aurora Fire Department, to building brighter communities in Arvada and Denver, to a 57-year-old woman of iron in Boulder. With these inspiring stories and more on this edition of Connected Colorado, it's from the heart. Hi, I'm Wendy Brockman. Where better to explore stories of inspiration than the Hope Center? We'll learn more about this great place in a moment, but first, a very special story from the fire department in Aurora.
Yeah, I need an ambulance over here.
Engine 13, fire dispatch. 34 female, conscious, difficulty breathing.
In the early morning hours of May 22nd, 2013,
Yeah, tell her we have help on the way. We're going to get them there as soon as we can.
Mandy Nankis needed help, and fast.
She was very serious.
Engine 13, medical.
Thankful that her husband, had the wherewithal to call right away.
She's not breathing.
John Woody Woodruff and his partners Cameron, Eric, and Glenn from Aurora Fire Station 13 got the call and were on the way within minutes.
Engine 13, copy on scene.
Everything was happening so fast, and no one could have seen Mandy's life beginning to repeat itself with a very unique father-son connection.
He's my hero. That's all there is to say. I try to model everything I do after what he taught me.
On that morning, Woodruff was doing just that and following in his late father's exact footsteps.
He was the biggest role model in my life, hands down. Yes. Yeah, we did everything together.
You see, John Woody Woodruff and his dad, also named John, had the very rare chance to save the same woman's life exactly 18 years apart.
And I remember going to the awards banquet and meeting her 18 years ago, and everything just fell into place.
Both were engineers with the Aurora Fire Department, Woody Sr. with Station 6 and Woody Jr. with Station 13, when an urgent call from Mandy's family came in.
Can't see, she's got chest pain, she can't breathe.
And both times, a random and very severe asthma attack was threatening her life.
It was about as near to death as you could possibly be.
I think the biggest part, like you said, the memory of my dad. Yeah, it's very amazing to me. And that it's very unbelievable that same call, same person, 18 years apart.
The father-son team never had the chance to work side by side. John Sr. died of a heart attack just weeks before Woody started his career with Aurora Fire. But
I think they worked together that night.
to some, it was as if they broke all the rules, and for just one call, were in the engineer's seat together.
Oh, I'd love to talk to him. He would be awestruck. It's very dynamic that Mandy is in this whole circle of life.
Literally, I get the chills every time I think about it because the odds are just 1 in a million, and I just wish that I could find words to express what I felt when I found out. I mean, it was like a complete shock.
It is truly not a day that goes by that I don't think about you guys.
After a full recovery, Mandy's become a regular visitor at Fire Station 13.
There isn't a day that doesn't go by when I wake up and look at myself in the mirror or look at my daughter, my husband, and my son that I am not so grateful for another day.
Just bizarre, twice in one life.
It's almost like her guardian angel, last name ends in Woodruff. Like it's a family member that's watching over her.
Just a really cool story about a son and a father being able to cross paths again in this amazing way. Grandma's famous spaghetti sauce.
We're here today celebrating as a family because of them. I couldn't be more grateful.
Just down the road in the Nankis home, the name John Woodruff and thankful go hand in hand.
Couldn't be more grateful for the Woodies, I should say, and the Johns, that both of them, senior and junior, that without them, there wouldn't be everything you see here.
It's gratitude that extends to the entire Aurora Fire Department and why we're here tonight.
Being a beneficiary of good, hard, timely, dedicated work just opened my eyes to how important their involvement is in society, and how grateful I could be to be a lifelong Aurora citizen, having the Aurora Fire Department respond the way they did to save my wife's life.
We live in an amazing, beautiful state and an amazing, beautiful city with some really amazing people.
There's also a sense of trust and relief in knowing that Woody is just a few blocks away.
I have this just gut feeling that this isn't the last. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think this is the last thing that will happen, that will kind of cross paths.
What a miraculous story about that family. Well, now we are back at the Hope Center in Denver with Miss Jerry Grimes. She is the CEO and president of the Hope Center. What is the Hope Center?
Hope Center is an early childhood education program for 2.5 to 5-year-olds, and also a vocational program for adults with disabilities.
Okay.
We've been in existence for 50 years.
50 years. All right. What is kind of your philosophy for education here?
That every child, regardless of their background, should have the highest quality of a preschool program ready for kindergarten when they leave here.
Multiculturalism is a big focus.
It is major here. We don't just talk about diversity, we implement it. It's reflected in our staffing pattern and the population that we serve.
What kind of impact does the Hope Center have on the community?
The impact is we're not just addressing the child when they come to our program, but the whole family. So these family members become leaders in the community based on their experience here, knowing how to outreach to the resources that they need for their children.
And with 50-year history, you see kind of generations here, don't you?
Yes, we have. In the last couple of years, we have started watching kids that were here when they were 4, bringing back their preschoolers and remembering the experience that they had here. And also one uniqueness is for them to come back and find out that their teacher that they have is still here.
14 years teachers have been here.
That's our average. I've been here for 34 years.
That says a lot. Thank you so much for having us at the Hope Center.
Thank you so much for coming.
And now to Arvada, another unique program that is touching the lives of those with special needs and the whole community.
Our goal at A Brighter Community is to promote dignity and respect for all people, including the people we serve, and to recognize that they are a special gift to the world.
Located in West Arvada, the day program for adults with special needs is the creation of Robin Zaborek.
A Brighter Community was formed out of a situation in my own life where I have an adult son with Down syndrome, and a couple years ago, my teenage daughter, who had Down syndrome and autism, she passed away after having a surgery.
Through her grief of losing Janet Kay at the tender age of 15, and inspired by her 27-year-old son Tom,
he makes my life bright and happy.
Robin found a purpose for her own life. She started A Brighter Community with the goal of providing Tom and other adults with special needs a place to engage in meaningful activities. Here, they are called friends, not clients.
Some of our friends want to do artwork, others want to play games, some want to do exercising, and so we just have a nice assortment of activities that we do on site.
We talk about movies and people's lives and TV shows, help you see and watch.
Following a morning of activities and connecting with each other at ABC, friends venture into the community. Sometimes it's a trip to the YMCA for exercise, sometimes a visit to a community garden. But a favorite is always Majestic View Nature Center.
We like to go to Majestic View Nature Center and do volunteering. That way, we are giving back to our community. So we're sharing our gifts and our talents with Arvada.
One for me, thank you.
Today what they're going to do is they're going to be assembling kits for the school system.
It's everything. I mean, it's friendship, working with each other, and teamwork. It's a lot of fine motor skills.
And we just believe that we're all lifelong learners, all of us, and we all have gifts to share, and that's what we're all about.
A lifetime of caring for her own children taught her so much, says Robin.
When you have a child with special needs, what can you do to help others? That's how my take on it.
So while Tom taught her how people of all abilities are to be valued, her daughter Janet Kay's unique circumstances of having both Down syndrome and autism led Robin to write a book and form a support group.
Janet Kay inspired me in a very special way, and that was her gift to me, and my gift back to her and to the world was to use what she taught me.
Through a brighter community, so many others have been inspired too.
It fills your heart, being around good people and people who just love each other unconditionally, and that's really what I enjoy the most.
I think the greatest reward, being privileged to work especially in a program like I'm in right now at a brighter community, is having a purpose every day. Everybody wants to have a purpose. It's just a real privilege to be among people who really, really care.
Currently, 20 friends are enrolled at a brighter community, but they hope to grow with time.
This is what we're doing with the rest of our lives, that we're here to stay in Arvada and that we care about every single person we serve. We want them to have the most meaningful experience and to know that they're extremely cared for and valued just for exactly who they are.
For more information about A Brighter Community or Robin Zaborek's book titled When Down Syndrome and Autism Intersect, go online to abrightercommunity.com. One woman can make a big difference. In Boulder, another woman is pushing her limits in the Ironman.
Ironman Boulder marked the 9th appearance at an Ironman event for local athlete Ellen Hart. 6 of her previous appearances have been at the World Championships in Hawaii, where she's never placed lower than 3rd in her age group. Before returning to triathlon, she had a successful running career, winning the Boulder twice, making it to 2 Olympic time trials. She had a Lifetime movie made about her struggle with an eating disorder, and she still had time to be a lawyer, a mom, and a wife. Even though she's competed all over the world, Boulder still holds a special place in her heart.
When I remember the first night that I was here, I went for a little run and I had this unmistakable feeling that I never wanted to leave this place. And in many ways I never have. It's really where my running career started, where the most meaningful of my victories have come, and it's also where my triathlon career started. So, which was somewhat unexpected, but it's taken on a life of its own. And we're coming up to the Boulder Ironman. I volunteered at it last year, and it was just so incredibly exciting and fun, and to be around so many people who were competing and volunteering and spectating that was on home turf. I just wanted to be part of it in whatever way I could, and so I knew that the race would fill up with competitors, and so I just signed up.
Hart spends an average of 15 hours per week training. Much of that time is spent at Rally Sport, where she is surrounded by a who's who list of some of the top athletes in the world.
It's a wonderful atmosphere. It's not purely directed to the elite triathletes, and it's not, purely directed to the families with children. I mean, it's just a really great mix where I think it's a really comfortable atmosphere to really find your place and achieve your best. The triathlon community is so deep here that you could go anywhere else and basically win your age group, and here you got to fight it out.
Hart credits the support from her family, a flexible schedule, and a little help from her sponsors for helping her pursue the sport she loves. On top of that, her drive for excellence keeps her coming back again and again.
To be honest, some of it is liking to do well in my age group. But it is a lot more than that. It's about finding my limits as an athlete, and it's really different at age 57 than it was at age 23. But it's still figuring out, with injuries and with family and with work and with different things in my life, how to achieve that balance and still try to be really excellent and get more out of myself than I thought was there.
Despite being invited to compete at the Ironman World Championships again this October and traveling internationally for competitions in the coming months, Hart insists she's lucky to be part of the Boulder triathlon community.
There is something really special about Boulder. I mean, there's something where you can go 5 minutes from any place that you are and be someplace stunningly beautiful. And when you're not around this, and then you come back, it's something that you never want to take for granted, but it's really such an awesome gift to get to be here, to train here, to race here. And the spectators too, the community here, there's not a community I've ever been in that respects endurance athletes the way this community does.
Since Ironman Boulder, Hart has competed in the USA Triathlon National Championship, the Austria 70.3 World Championship, and October 10th, she's headed back to Hawaii to compete in the Ironman World Championship. For Boulder Channel 8, I'm Ashley Pearl.
What a great role model to stay active and healthy. And a unique partnership between the City of Lakewood, the Coalition for Older Adult Wellness, and Centura Health is designed to help participants manage their own health outcomes. Let's take a look.
Healthy Lakewood is a program that's a three-way partnership between the City of Lakewood, a nonprofit in the community called COA, Consortium of Older Adult Wellness, and our Centura Health partner. Between those three partners, we work together to create a system that makes it easy for our residents to stay healthy, to remain active, and to stay activated, completely activated within their community.
We all know that chronic disease is a big issue for the healthcare system as a nation now, and it's going to grow in the future. Centura wanted to create some outcomes-based programming, and not having a whole lot of experience in outcomes-based community health improvement programming, the first thing that we did was look around our community to find partners that we could partner with to create something that was actually of value for the participants. And that's where we came across COA and the City of Lakewood.
It's for adults who have a chronic disease or are caregiving a person with a chronic disease, or a person who really wants just to know more about how to self-manage their health.
We really appreciate the Healthy Lakewood program because it offers a lot of extra help for patients that we can't offer here in the office. There's just not practically enough time, but patients need a lot more help than they can receive here in the office. So we like to refer them to this so that they can get connected with somebody that can spend one-on-one time with them, and that really makes a big difference for our patients.
How it works is that Centura Health will send a referral, someone that they're seeing as a patient in their system, to the Consortium for Older Adult Wellness. We will call them and invite them to the chronic disease self-management class. Right before that class is over, a representative from the City of Lakewood will come in and invite them to make an appointment with her to find out and to look a little more deeply into what kind of program or class would they like to take that really complements what they've been learning in their self-management class. All during this time, there's a health coach that is assigned who will check in with this person on a regular basis, and that could be weekly, that could be daily, it's whatever they decide.
My role as a community coach is really to encourage and support clients, moving them toward hopefully being more active self-managers in their own health care and also in their well-being.
They start moving forward. Instead of getting stuck in the losses and the sadness, it helps to push them forward and say, what can I do next? And how can I make a plan to help me move forward?
The reason for the health coach is to really be encouraging and to really try to help the person stick to the goals that they're setting for themselves in self-management.
I'm going through a career transition right now, and so with all of that on top of everything else, this is setting a fresh foundation. The class, especially with the action plans, leisure activities, going through the sessions with Susan, putting the physical, getting my physical health and well-being strengthened up, are all components to that foundation that'll help me set that next stage.
I think it's rare when a person has somebody else listening to them over an extended period of time to talk about issues that they might not talk about with anybody else. In this program, we're giving clients an opportunity to really go deep and to express really their dreams, really their visions, and even their fears about their health.
I love the program. One thing that's very good is that for social aspects, it was really, really great. I loved meeting everyone. The biggest thing was learning about an action plan. That's what I thought was so good.
The action plans have impacted me a lot. I feel like that it's almost a part of everyday living to have an action plan, or it should be. And it's a big benefit to have those other people there in the class too, so you can hear what they're going through and how they're handling their action plans too.
The message in self-management is you aren't your disease. You are the person who is living with this particular chronic disease. And how can you best self-manage that? And one of the best ways that we know and that the participants learn in the class is by being active and being involved in your own health, being involved in your own life, your own health, your own wellness. And that's what this program does.
I just can't tell you how thrilling this partnership is for us. This is something that I've wanted to do for so many years.
I'd say go for it. Learn about all you can about it because, we're never too old to learn something new.
When you feel healthier and happier and supported, you live a better life.
Lakewood has a yes attitude. When we come up with crazy ideas or new ways of trying things, no one along the way said no to us. It was always yes, how can we figure out how we can make that happen?
It takes more help than just one or two persons or one or two organizations. There's really a lot of help that can be offered. And if we work together as a team, we can really make a difference for patients.
All three partners believe very, very deeply that when a person is more activated, when they're really doing things that they love to do, when they're really doing things that speak to their own health, they're not only happier, but the whole community is better as a result. The wide view vision of this entire Healthy Lakewood project is that it become replicable and that it is in many cities. If it's making the citizens of the city of Lakewood healthier, it can do that all over the country.
What a great program. While these little ones are building castles and their future, in Broomfield, one man is building community through woodworking.
In 1984, wife and I moved to Broomfield. I thought it was a beautiful place to be. It was small. When I moved here, I think there were 17,000 people. One of the reasons I moved into Broomfield was that in the first year I was here, the amount of friendly people. Oh, it's a great place to raise family. Probably the best place in the world because it was so laid back and there was only one high school. My son went to Broomfield High School. There's a lot for young people to do here. They've got the big library, they've got the swimming pool, they've got trails, they've got a mall they can go get lost in. So a lot of activities if they want to get involved. I love this place. It's Yale Green. It's so beautiful and peaceful. My wife and I remodeled every room and we took out walls and we built them the way we wanted them. I love the house. It's too big for me, but they're going to have to carry me out. I was in the Air Force for 4 years. That's the first time I ever seen a computer. It was in 1951. I think the most positive change is the open space, the walkways, bicycle paths. Excellent police department that works with the community. We got a wonderful fire department that works with the community. Good morning. How are you? I don't know of another senior center in the whole Front Range that has this type of a wood shop. This is second home. When I leave the house, this is basically where I come. I love woodwork. It's really a blessing that that wood shop and the people there can help in the community. We build a lot of things for the community. The Veterans Museum. We built all of the first cabinets and lecterns and display cases. I know everybody in here, and if anybody needs a little help, somebody will help them. This one here is dancing in Houston, Texas with my granddaughter at her wedding. This is a book of our 50th anniversary. Here my wife and I are dancing in our 50th. These hibiscus, these are, you know, the Hawaiian flower. And they're big, they're like 10 inches in diameter. They said you can't raise them here, but I do. And my wife just loved that plant. She said, Joe, you're doing exactly what you love to do. She said, don't quit. I'm 84 years old and I'm going pretty good yet. I intend to stay working in the wood shop or anything else that the city might want me to do. I love Broomfield because I have made so many friends here. It's a great town, really. It's a friendly town. You can walk down the street and say hello to somebody and they'll say, why, hello there. It's a good place to be.
What inspires you in your life? It's never too late to make a difference. Our thanks to the Hope Center for having us. That's it for this edition of Connected Colorado. I'm Wendy Brockman. Thanks for watching. Bye. From a special story of father-son firefighters in Aurora, to building brighter communities in Arvada and Denver, to a 57-year-old woman who's pushing her limits in Boulder, and more. On this edition of Connected Colorado, we'll share stories of inspiration. Join me Thursdays at 8.